Alright, we have one here from Son of Kiernan versus Bounfy on Greenskins versus Tzeentch. I generally think it to be a pretty bad matchup for the Greenskins, but he looks like he has something to prove with Grimgor, a giant, an orc shaman, some black orcs, and a shitload of goblin archers. I had somebody else on a video recently comment that I shouldn't take orc R's, I should just take for goblin archers. I don't know. Generally, I thought orc archers were better through most of Warhammer 2. They have a little more armor piercing in them, higher leadership, and if they get attacked by dogs, they don't beat dogs straight up, but they deal some decent damage, and they can also just hold longer while you get some reinforcements for them, so there might be an argument, but let's see if the goblin archers can do the trick. Just mass volleys, huh? Maybe on ultra unit size, they last longer and get a lot more volleys out. So, one of these builds. Hammer of Gork, Goblin Rock Laba, with, I guess it's just mostly used. Oh, okay, it has blinded. I keep thinking this is the one that the dwarves have that has the minus leadership stuff, but no, it just says blinded. Both rank 9 regiment for now stats. Should be hitting much more often than your average thing. 5 goblin archers, 2 black orcs. Where's the other black orc? We do have 1 night goblin with fanatics. It is not the ROR. There's the other black orc. Front line of regular gabos. We do have a giant, as mentioned before, Grimgor, with Get Snick, You're Next, Stand Your Ground, Get Back Here, and Best of the Best. I always thought Best of the Best was weird. Plus 10 melee defense, plus 10 damage resistance if no enemy lord or hero is in the presence of the ability range. That just seems so weird to me, that he would get weaker if someone comes near him. Anyway. For his Orc Shaman friend, we have Edbutt, Brainburster, and that is it. And then we have, I think, 2 Orc Boar Boys. Yeah, they're back in the trees, just chilling, waiting for their time to strike. For Chaos and Tzeentch, we do have a Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Tzeentch with Pink Fire, Blue Fire, Tzeentch's Firestorm, Infernal Gateway, and the Sword of Change. That is definitely too many spells to take on one spellcaster. You will not get enough value out of each one of those spells to make bringing all 4 of them worth it. Probably just bring 2, at max 3. We also have the Golden Griffin of Tzeentch with the Bound, Gehenna's Golden Hound, and 1 Searing Doom. We have the Knights of Immolation ROR up in the sky, and then for the rest of this we have Chaos Warriors, Marauders, some of the Chaos Warriors have Halberds, and we have a backline of 3 Blue Horrors and 1 Pink. Okay. Spawn Summon is out. Looks like it's trying to muck up some Goblin Archers. Also pick a fight with Grimgor and the Giant. But Grimgor and the Giant are going to kick its ass. And the Golden Griffin... The Golden Griffin of Tzeentch. Okay. The GG. The GG lands in some Goblin Archers. Doesn't do too much damage and decides to run away. Tzeentch's Firestorm is cast next to these Goblins, but the problem with the spell and why you don't see it in too much competitive play is you can't direct where it goes at all, and it decides to just fuck off and do nothing of use. Now, the Knights of Immolation plus the GG are charging back into Black Orcs and Goblin Archers, and I suspect this is when the Orc Boar Boys might make an appearance, but the Giant and Grimgor are walking that way for now, and this Chaos Spawn Summon does not have much longer left for this world. Another Blue Fire cast on the Giant doesn't actually do much damage to him, because that boy has a gigantic health pool. Alright, Chaos Spawn, 30 more seconds left, that's right. Goblins meet Chaos Warriors. Chaos Warriors will win, but it's all about how quickly do they win. Let's find out. Boar Boys have not left their position in the trees just yet. They are fine chilling there, I suppose. Giant has orders to go attack the Chaos Sorcerer Lord, but he's currently blocked by the GG, so he might want to just fight that in front of him. But this T-posing monstrosity has stopped both Grimgor and the Giant from making their way forward, and they will need to get new attack orders just to attack it, for God's sake. Boar Boys are finally told to do something as the Goblin front line starts to break. Bounce power is slightly Greenskin favored as their archers have teed off on so many people and have done so much damage. Boar Boys saturate the area, and the Knights of Immolation have stayed in combat for way too long with these Black Orcs, and they're not enjoying it. Same with the Chaos Sorcerer Lord, who gets punked by a Giant and needs to run away. I think he had Your Next or something on to lower his stats, but this was an overinvestment from Tzeentch on a bad fight. Now, the variously colored horrors of Tzeentch are getting in range, starting to shoot back at the Goblin Archers and basic Goblins, it looks like. Maybe using some of that ammo on inappropriate targets that could have better ways to go. And the GG is still chasing around some Golden Archers. Golden Archers. Goblin Archers. But, that all being said, Tzeentch is in pretty dire straits. They have a couple Chaos Warriors that are healthy. Most of their horrors are out of ammunition. The pinks that aren't out of ammunition are hit by 2 Boar Cav, and they're getting shot by the Goblin Rock Lava thingy. So they're not long for this world. Chaos Sorcerer is feeling pretty bad. And I think the Greenskins can probably grind it out from this point. I don't know what's going to kill Grimgorn the Giant. One problem could be this Orc Shaman getting surrounded on all sides by Halberds, but he uses a quick Brain Burst to give himself a little bit of space, and if he immediately gets movement orders out, he could get away, but he unfortunately goes into a pocket of people and does not quite escape. These blue horrors could use last their ammo on the Hammer of Gork to finish it off, but it looks like instead they are going to shoot the Night Goblins Fanatics, lowering their health enough that maybe they can't use their spinning loons anymore. In the back, Tzeentch's Firestorm actually does pretty impressive damage to 2 Orc boys. I'm pretty sure that's what happened while I wasn't looking over here. And the Knights of Immolation also rout. Balance of Power still continues to go a little bit in the Orcs' favor, but a couple bad things have happened for them that might bring Tzeentch back in this game. Orc Shaman did not get out of those halberds, so he is entirely killed, and there goes all the Greenskin magic. The back line of the Greenskins was compromised once the front line of Tzeentch could walk over. We also have a Tzeentch army ability coming on these goblins, interestingly enough. Maybe you wanted to see it on these black orcs. I don't know if the goblins are even worth it, but nevertheless, Son of Kieran will just dodge. Looks like he's well aware of how to deal with that. Goblin archer still being chased down all around the map. And Grimgorn the Giant plod ever onward, leaving this wounded black orc to the halberds and marauders of Tzeentch. Yeah, they're running back to their more healthy black orc. I can support that. More gobos are routing. More horrors are fighting other different gobos. Different, better gobos than ever before. Oof. As they just get run down. You better get going. Look at this guy. Look at him. Up there, thinking he owns the place. We have an Infernal Gateway coming down on the Black Orcs, but they were not engaged at all, so it is pretty easy for them to dodge. A couple of their models will get stuck in there, but not too many. They will largely be fine. And Grimgor plus the Boar Cav are going to take out these 2 blue horrors. No problem whatsoever. The GG should run away. Does not want to fight a giant. Does not want to fight a giant. And Grimgor does not want to do that. He needs to go. He needs to go. Knights of Immolation are also back. Somehow the giant has missed several attacks. I think it's because he's staggering it instead of hitting it. There he hits it, but it hasn't even broken its shields, and it's going to run away. So it'll be fine. Chaos Sorcerer Lord is chasing off the goblins. And these Chaos Warriors with halberds are done chasing goblins in the woods. They're just coming back. Yeah, good crap. The last 2 Knights of Immolation get a rear charge on these Goblin Archers, but they're not even phased. They ain't even scared. And in the distance, the last of the Black Orcs, left behind by their Lord and Savior Grimgor, are killed. Goblubba is back online. Sorry, it's the Hammer Gork. I'm really sorry about that. The dwarves have a thing called the Goblubba, and it's weird. And it's weird, and I will never get used to it. It lobs gobs. I understand that, but it's still weird. Orc Boar Boy's getting a fight with the GG, but with a Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Tzeentch coming over, if he gets a charge onto them, their leadership should lower enough that they will run. And they do actually tear out into maybe running. 50% speed debuff onto the Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Tzeentch from Yorn next. He is going to need to piece out of here before Grimgor actually catches him. He gets back up into the sky where he's safe, but the GG does also need to get back up there where it can get its shields back. Blue Horrors of Tzeentch, the last ones on the map, are going to fight Black Orcs. Meanwhile, these Chaos Warriors with halberds are probably walking straight at the Hammer Gork. Just want to take that thing down forever. Greenskins keep rallying. They just won't stop coming, and they won't stop coming, and they won't stop coming. Chaos Sorcerer Lord charges down, finishes off those Orc Boar Boys by shattering them. Hammer of Gork crew does get away far enough from the halberds, but the halberds are now stuck fighting Black Orcs, which they already are going to lose against, and then they get recharged by Grimgor. They're getting shot by arrows. They're just not having a good time. Little bit of fast forwarding. The GG and the Chaos Sorcerer Lord are going to chase around more Goblin Archers, rout them off, start shattering them. Meanwhile, the last halberds of Tzeentch attempt a forest camp. They just want to go hide in the forest and not get shot for a bit. It happens. Like, you can do this in quick battles, but usually that's banned in tournaments because it's not very fun to watch. But we will watch 2 single entities try to chase everything off while these guys just sit in the forest like little poopy cowards. Single entities run around, single entities chase stuff, single entities route things. Poopy cowards sit in the woods. Single entities run around. Single entities chase stuff. Poopy cowards sit in the woods. Single entities fuck up at chasing stuff. They get caught. They get insta-murdered by Grimgor and a giant. And poopy cowards still sit in the woods. Poopy cowards come out of the woods, but it might be too little too late, as the GG cannot hope to delete an entire giant, an entire Grimgor, and some Black Orcs. They are doing a good job of chasing off anything that was already close to dead, but with the poopy cowards back in the woods and now the poopy cowards out of the woods, the GG lands entirely alone, and while the Hammer of Gork is pushed off, that means the GG is just going to sit and fight Grimgor, though with its bullshit-ass bird model, it just pushes Grimgor along with it. It just pushes him. So Grimgor has a mass of 2,000, and the GG has a mass of 3,500. It just pushes through him like as if he isn't even there. Come on, man. Also, apparently the Hammer Gork is still here. Its flag just left behind its models. So its model's actually still here. Poopy Forest Camper goes back to Poopy Forest Camping. No, he just backs off for a little bit to get shields. Then he charges the Giant. Bounce power goes pretty heavily in favor of the Greenskins. The GG gets pushed away by the Giant. For some reason, this large entity can act like infantry when it wants to, in all the best ways for it. Hammer of Gork routes, comes back. Black Orcs are fighting, Giants fighting, Grimgor's fighting. I think this one might be over, ladies and gentlemen. As Tzeentch does his best to cycle charge. But it's no bueno. Grimgor, 500 value. I honestly thought he would have got a lot more. That is very sad for you, Grimgor. Giant got almost 2,000. That's much better. Black Orcs did insanely well. Hammer Gork did okay. Boar Boys did well. Fanatics didn't get anything done. Goblins, wow, did not get value. Okay, wow. Goblin Archers did not get value there. It was a Black Orc show. And the Giant. On the other side, Chaos Sorcerer Lord did fine. The GG did fine. Knights of Immolation dove into Black Orcs and got wrecked, so that was kind of on them. Chaos Warriors did okay. Horrors did eh. Marauders did fine. GG. Roar. Subscribe, yes, yes.